And hello and welcome to Movies for Dumb Guys. I'm your host, Joe Johnson. And as usual, I'm joined by Ryan Sharp.
What are the elf? What's your favorite color?
Tim Williams.
We got to save Jamie from the Turbo Man.
And Richie Rollins.
I got nothing. Tim stole it.
Why does this always happen to you? What about cookies?
What about cookies?
Your wife's cookies taste awesome.
Thank you. I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
Put the
whenever I
cookie
get
down.
Thank you.
You'll shoot your eye out.
This guy took improv classes, and he can't come up with a line.
What? I just
Acting.
you. I just asked you. I'm not
Acting.
even married, and I was like, thank you.
What do you know, you butts?
What I said is not even a real quote. So what are you talking about? That was my version, my imitation of Robert Smigel's imitation of Arnold Schwarzenegger on the Conan O'Brien show.
How about this one, Rich?
God bless us, everyone.
There you go.
Did I sneeze?
How about that?
Did I sneeze?
That was his improv was like, I'm going to be really funny and say that he stole mine, even though it's so obscure. I got you.
Yeah,
I understand.
see? I understand everybody. I did a great job. You denied me.
Never deny.
So, welcome to Movies for Dumb Guys. Today's theme is our favorite Christmas movie moments. Our very first podcast, whose anniversary was yesterday.
Happy 1 year anniversary, everybody.
Yeah, 1 year anniversary. We
I
did our
wasn't
favorite
on that.
Christmas
Hey,
movies.
that means 1 year anniversary, and we
That's
got
right.
one
A
viewer.
little bit later. So we're not going to do our favorite Christmas movies. That's been done. So we're going to do our favorite Christmas movie moments and lines and things like that. And so that's what we're going to focus on today and hopefully bring some holiday cheer to you. And of course, I forgot my list, but I'll go off the top of my head. I'll improvise, Rich.
Hey, I'm the only one without a list, really, here. I'm going right up the hip, baby.
This is going to be an interesting show, fellas.
So I had to go back and I listened to our very first podcast just to kind of refresh my memory on our choices for best Christmas movies ever. And number one on my list back then was A Christmas Story, and that has not changed. There's nothing that has come out since then that changed my opinion of my favorite Christmas movie. So, as logic would dictate, my favorite Christmas movie moment would have to come from my favorite Christmas movie. And the problem with A Christmas Story is that there are a lot of great moments in A Christmas Story. It's made up of moments. The whole movie is moments. So what is the best movie moment from Christmas Story? Is it this one?
No, I want an official red undercover knife and 200 jet ready battle rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
That's a pretty great moment.
Did you know the Santa Claus in that movie died at 54?
I did not know that. But speaking of that, the reason I
Way to
did
bring the
not
room
select that particular moment is because it's a downer. Thanks, Rich.
Brought happy fun time over here.
I just learned that the other day. I thought I'd share it with you.
Thanks, Rich. No, I did not go with that particular moment because it is a downer.
Then why'd you
Imagine
play it?
facing Santa Claus only to be told you'll shoot your eye up. So I crossed that one off. I'm going to go with this one. This is the moment when I remember seeing this movie in the theater, and I felt like the whole movie was just ended on this note, even though technically it's not the ending. But this is my favorite moment from A Christmas Story.
Hey, that's funny. What's that over there behind the desk?
Where?
Oh, behind the desk, against the wall over there. Why don't you go check it out?
Why don't we put it over there on
Santa Claus probably.
Oh, it was beautiful. I could hardly wait to try it out.
I had one when I was 8 years old.
Oh my God, I shot my eye out. Now that moment of hinting and hinting and hinting for that Christmas present that you want so bad, and then the reveal that they got it. They got the gift right. He got the gift that he wanted so badly for Christmas. not only do I feel that's the greatest moment in the movie, but that's my greatest Christmas moment. Getting that gift that you wanted so badly. Ryan, I know you're not a big fan of this movie, but do you have a favorite moment from that movie?
There's a lot of favorite moments from this movie, actually, and that's not it.
Really?
That's like you picked the lamest part of that entire movie, the part where everybody goes up and goes to the bathroom. Everybody knows he's gonna get the stupid gun. Spoiler alert,
So
but
great.
it's not great. It's like lame. You picked the lamest part of the entire movie.
I ran through like another one of my favorite moments is when he beats the crap out of the bully. I love that moment. I can't put my arms down. I mean, there's a lot of great
Ralphie.
moments, but
Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie. The pig, act like a piggy.
Doggone blow out.
Oh,
not a finger.
Fudge.
There's so many
There
to
is.
choose from.
My favorite part, though, my favorite magical movie moment in this film, you got to go with Fragile. That whole leg lamp scene is iconic. So much so that there's Christmas lights, there's Christmas trees, there's lamps, there's ornaments, there's stationery, there's pens. I don't see anybody going around with a magical, you got a BB gun, postcard. All right.
I got a Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, you got a Red Ryder BB gun from probably when you were 12. It's probably the same one you've always had.
But the leg lamp
Yes.
is kind of a thread that is extended through the film.
It's a
not
good
like
MacGuffin.
a single moment.
That whole moment
Just
when he
a turd,
gets
nobody
it
missed it.
and he's like, Fragile, must be Italian, and then puts it in the window and everybody stopping and looking through the, from the street. It's
a major award.
Pride. It's a major award, Johnson.
It's a
say you
MacGuffin.
what?
I can't even believe that you would not even mention this. It's absurd.
It's a MacGuffin.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
No, I agree with you. I cannot argue. Those are all great moments. But if I had to pick one that spoke to me, so you got Tim, jump in here. You've been quiet over there.
It. Actually, yeah, that's my number one too. But I
which
agree
moment?
with you
Part?
guys too. BB gun.
Yes.
part.
Story BB gun.
Where you got that?
Only because. Well, I mean, I agree with Joe because it gives you the feeling of wanting, like he says in the movie, Christmas is, the whole kid year revolves around Christmas. And I just remember like wanting certain things and, maybe I got them, maybe I didn't. But that whole part is you think the dad is like just kind of detached from the whole thing. I mean, he's going to work and whatever. So when it's revealed that he's the one that actually went out and got him, you realize, hey, the dad was actually paying attention. He actually cares. He went behind the mom's back and did it for the kid. So yeah, I mean, just because that is like the main thing, it's the main payoff of the whole movie. But
It is.
But I agree too. I mean, I also agree too that there's just so many moments in this movie that it is hard to pick. But I mean, because that's
If I was like, you have to
so.
you have to YouTube one moment from this movie that you can only watch ever again. That's the moment you're gonna pick.
No, probably not.
No,
but-
exactly. Winner. My turn. Oh, Rich is here.
Jump right in there, Rich.
I can't believe you guys went with that moment.
Thanks, Richie.
What's your favorite moment from Christmas
I
Story?
mean, there's so many moments from this movie. I can't believe you went with that one. There's the one where he's like, I'm going to go blind before I'm 21, and the revenge on his parents. That's a great moment. That's a real moment. That's a real moment. Or when the Bumpus's hounds come in and they tear up the turkey.
That's my
a
least
real
favorite moment of the movie.
That's a
'cause that
real
was-
moment.
I
that
didn't
was-
like my least favorite is when he shoots the bandits, but
Black
Yeah,
Bart. That was
the
a good
dream
moment.
sequences. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the dream
When he
sequences.
puts the tongue on the pole, that's a great moment.
That's
Or-
huge. And
Or the daydream of the A++++.
yeah.
yeah, that too.
Those are real
Yeah,
moments.
yeah.
Real moments.
Yeah, the tongue scene's pretty great.
All right, well, I just
Tongue
had
scene.
to back Ryan
The
up. 'cause,
tongue scene's always great. No, and the bunny suit. That's another awesome moment.
I own a bunny suit.
So many great moments in
on
this movie.
purpose.
And then you picked lame-o version.
But it's the feel-good, upbeat moment that the movie ends on.
It does have
Before
the,
it goes to
it does have
wow,
the,
rah, 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 rah.
the Christmas feel to it.
See, I remember when seeing the movie in the theater, when their dinner got eaten by the Bumpus's dogs, I was like disappointed when I first saw this movie, and then they go to a Chinese restaurant. I'm like, that's a terrible way to end the movie. But upon repeated viewings, it's become a pretty great ending.
I'll agree. I did not see it at the theater, but when I watched it the first time on VHS, I hated it.
The ending or the movie?
I hated the whole movie.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't know why I didn't. I mean, I was a kid, so I didn't pick up in the trailer that it took place back in the, 40s, 50s?
Yeah, I did a little
40s,
research
right?
on that.
50s.
It came out around 1950, or the movie is set in 1950.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so I didn't catch that, so I didn't really pick up on it until repeated viewings where it's like, no matter what, as a kid, I mean, there's so many moments that you can relate to
Right.
As a kid. Just whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I
the
mean-
bullies or whatever. I mean, I remember like climbing over the fence one time and my lip getting stuck to the fence. And I just ripped it back because I didn't know. And my lip was like sore for
I
weeks.
stuck my tongue to a pole before just to see if it was true.
Last-
It's true.
yeah.
That was
true.
last week. That was last week.
That's not
And like you were saying,
And again earlier
the
tonight.
related stuff with the kid, like I was talking about, the moments were real. Like dad's, when the line comes across, dad's an Oldsmobile man. That was big to me because we're an Oldsmobile family.
Yeah.
Plus his anticipation of waiting to get something in through the snail mail.
Yeah, that's a big
I remember
part of
like the
childhood.
couple times as a kid where I'm like waiting to get something, and
How
it
many
was the same
times
thing. Like
we cut out proofs of purchase.
Yeah,
and you
I
send
was
it.
thinking about that
and
earlier.
you wait 4 to 6 weeks, and
It
if
was
you were
like an
lucky, it came
eternity.
in the mail. But I sent away for some stuff that never arrived in the mail. I'm still waiting for it today.
That's because
That's right,
the
Kellogg.
Dakota ring wasn't a real thing, Joe. You just sent George in Ohio $50.
No, I sent away for the rocket firing Boba Fett. Did you? No, was that before your time? The rocket firing Boba Fett.
Public
I
thrusting,
probably
rapid fire Danny dog.
I knew that it was coming, but I did not have enough proof of purchases because I just would throw the cards away. So
I
but
sent away for.
I finally got mine 10 years ago or whatever when they re-released
Oh,
it.
yeah.
but
Rich,
but
did
no,
you? One of the greatest moments of my life was going down the slide. Did you go down the slide in
Oh
Cleveland?
yeah. When we were down there, I went down the slide. That was awesome.
There's a
Go down
place
the
in
slide.
Cleveland called Castle Noel, and they have props and stuff from Christmas movies. And one of the things that they were able to obtain was the slide from A Christmas Story. And you go up the stairs, you talk to Santa, and then you go down the slide. And that was pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome, and then going to the house was pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
It's
The house is cool.
You could visit the Christmas Story house.
We
in
went to the
Cleveland,
house,
yeah.
and we really enjoyed doing that. Really, the slide was one of the greatest moments of your life.
It was pretty cool going down that slide.
I don't deny it was
Pretty
cool,
awesome.
but one of the coolest. Like,
I never got married, never had kids. So, yeah.
you ever had
pretty
sex?
highly.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Did
those
they
were
ha-
mediocre at
did
best.
they-
The part of the story you're not hearing is when he got pushed down the slide by a beautiful woman. So
Oh, okay. All right.
Did
No, I
she
remember
did she
that
boot
part.
you in the face like Santa?
Shoot your eye out.
no, but I try to reenact that.
That was just every other day.
I've been symbolically booted in the face many
Go to-
times.
If you go to Comic Experience Sci-Fi, you could find it. It was a Christmas special of our first season.
That's right. All right. Number 2 on my list, which doesn't correspond with my top Christmas movies, because number 2 on my Christmas movie list is Christmas Vacation, which we're going to get to in a bit. But when it comes to
Hip, hip,
Christmas,
hooray.
when it comes to greatest Christmas movie moments, it'd be hard pressed to top this one.
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right. Attaboy, Clarence.
Well, I'll have to go with A Wonderful Life as one of the greatest Christmas movie moments ever. Maybe one of the greatest movie moments ever. Everyone knows that line, whether you're a fan of the movie or not. Great movie, great ending. Ryan, your thoughts?
I do not like this movie, but I agree with you. It is on my list. It is very iconic, and it is a great holiday, great Christmas moment. Definitely earns its place in history. I just wasn't a big fan of the movie, and it was on all the time. My mom, it's one of her favorites, so she watched it all the time. I didn't get down on it, though.
Tim?
I never watched this until I was an adult, for whatever reason. I mean, I'm sure I had seen parts of it, but I didn't sit down and actually watch it from beginning to end. I think this is another one that actually has more than one great moment, but
sure.
But I actually have this as my number 5, but I put down the part where he actually meets the guardian angel for the first time and the interaction between those two.
Yeah.
But I do just have to say, Merry Christmas, movie house!
God, my ears.
I was waiting for that. That's awesome.
You're warp.
My favorite moment of the movie would be where he's like has the $2 and he's like, so Mama Dollar and Papa Dollar make a lot of babies.
You're a sad, stupid old man. Rich.
You once called me a warp, frustrated old man. Well, you're a warp, frustrated young man. That's not my favorite moment. But Christmas moments, that would be the top Christmas moment. For the movie, though, for me, it'd be the, maybe I'm a romantic, but it'd be the Walk with Mary.
When they do,
When
you
they-
want the moon?
Want the Maroon Mary?
I'll throw a rope and pull it down for you.
Lasso around it and I'll pull it down for you.
That's awful.
Am I
That's
talking too
terrible
much?
script writing. What are you talking about?
Am I talking too much? Yes, you're talking too much.
I'm going to try that and see if it works. I'm going to report back to you guys.
Okay.
I never
If you
found
ladies
my
want to go on a
Mary.
date, I'll wrap a rope around the moon and pull it down for you.
Oh, that'll work every time.
Yeah.
Then what are you going to do with it? Oh, you swallow it, Mary. I swallow it, and the beams come out of your toes and your finger. Am I talking too much?
Great. I might have to watch that this
I like
weekend.
the Lost ending, though, where
Oh,
they
they
end
beat
up
the
beating the
crap.
crap out of the old man.
I just remembered what happened to the money. Old man Potter got it.
Let's go get it.
That was a Saturday Night Live reference for you people out there.
All right.
Dana
now,
Carvey was dropping the big elbows.
that's right. Now, I'm going to have to adjust my my favorite movie list. I'm going to have to bump a movie up a few spots on my overall list. I sat down last night and rewatched for the first time in a long time Miracle on 34th Street. And it reminded me of how great this movie is. It's definitely one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. The whole concept of putting Santa Claus on trial to prove whether he really exists or not. This is just a great, great movie. And as I was watching it, there was one moment that gave me goosebumps, and I thought, man, this has to be on my list of greatest movie moments.
Your Honor, every one of these letters is addressed to Santa Claus. The post office has delivered them. Therefore, the Post Office Department, a branch of the federal government, recognizes this man, Kris Kringle, to be the one and only Santa Claus.
Since the United States government declares this man to be Santa Claus, this court will not dispute it. Case dismissed.
The whole time you're watching that trial, you're like, man, how are they going to get out of this? Because the judge is in a bind, the attorneys are in a bind, and it could go bad so many ways if a judge declares that Santa Claus does not exist. I love the way it plays out. It's like a great courtroom drama, and it has a great ending, uplifting ending, and definitely one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. And I think that's probably the best moment in the entire film. Ryan, you a fan of Miracle on 34th Street?
I am a fan of the original, for many different reasons. I would pick a different moment, though. I think the end of this one would be way better than the end of Christmas Story, by the way, like where she's so excited and she's like, oh my God, stop. Everybody, like, this is it. This is what I told him. This is what I want. And then his Kane's sitting there and he realized that he really was Santa Claus. And like, she finally believes, and even building up to her where she's such a good actress and like, it's silly, but I believe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I just think that ending was outstanding.
That's a great ending. One of the greatest movie endings of all time. And yeah, Natalie Wood was phenomenal in this movie. Watching her, she had that doubting face, like whenever do you believe in fairy tales? And she'd have that look on her face. She was just a phenomenal actress. I think she was 8 years old when she did this movie. And she was shooting 2 other movies simultaneously while she was doing this movie. But yeah, she really made this movie. And Edmund Gwenn, who played Kris Kringle, he won an Academy Award. I did not realize that he had won an Academy Award.
He was great. He
Kris
should have.
Kringle. And when he accepted the award, he
should.
said, "I believe there is a Santa Claus," when he accepted his Academy Award.
That's cheating. He's Santa Claus. I watched the movie.
Hey, well, you should believe in
He
yourself.
got an Oscar to play himself.
You
Yeah,
should believe
well,
in yourself. It was an autobiography.
Yeah, Lady Gaga might do the same thing. Tim, your thoughts on Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah, I have this as my number 2, and I agree with Ryan. I would have that moment where she sees the house and goes into the house, and his cane is sitting there, but yeah, I mean, there's just great performances all around, and this more than anything is the movie that I remember watching as a kid around Christmas time. This is the one that they would always show. And this is the one that I would always watch at that time. I mean, besides like the made-for-TV stuff, but that was like the actual like movie that they would always show, and yeah, I mean, just I don't know, just the whole thing. I mean, it's iconic Christmas movie.
Any of you ever see the remake with?
No,
I can't think of the little girl's name.
Remakes.
Critics say that it's actually pretty good, but
Really.
yeah, no, given a choice, give me the black and white version.
Shouldn't even be a thing.
I can't even bring myself to watch the colorized version. I've seen clips of the colorized version, and it's hard to watch.
Really?
I hate colorization.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty pointless.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're somebody that didn't grow up with black and white movies and that's what you're used to, and obviously that's why they did it, right? Because they're trying to get people like that
A modern
that would poo-poo
audience.
the black and white movies.
That's actually me. I actually do not enjoy the black and white movies. My mom loves all those, and I couldn't stand them as a kid. I wanted nothing to do with them. But this movie spoke to me.
Yeah. Rich, your thoughts on Miracle?
Oh, the cane was the best moment from that. Just the cane. That was it.
The Cane should have won an Academy Award.
I think it should have. It was a great MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Again with the MacGuffin.
This movie was originally entitled Christmas Miracle on 34th Street, but it was released in May, and so they didn't think anyone would want to go see a Christmas movie in May, so they took Christmas out of the title, called it Miracle on 34th Street, and downplayed the storyline. And
Really?
yeah, and it became a big hit. Didn't win the Best Picture Oscar, but I think it was nominated. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So for the most part, we're pretty much in agreement.
Close the book on that one.
Now, let's get to another movie, Christmas movie, that's made up of moments. So many great moments in Christmas Vacation. It was really hard for me to sit and figure what's the greatest single moment in Christmas Vacation. So instead of saying what's the greatest moment in Christmas Vacation, I thought, what scene made me laugh the hardest? And this is what I came up with.
What's that sound? Do you hear it? It's a funny squeaky sound.
You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. Shh.
I heard it too.
The whole sequence of everyone running through the house and the dog chasing the squirrel, and then that ended up on Chevy Chase's back. I remember when I saw this in the theater, practically falling out of my chair, eyes watering, laughing hysterically. The only other scene that I think is second to this one as far as being funny is the toboggan scene when he greases up the toboggan and shoots down the hill. Those are some laugh out loud funny moments in this movie. It's my second favorite Christmas movie of all time. Those are a couple of great moments in the movie. Ryan, what is your favorite moment in Christmas Vacation?
There are so many. It was very difficult for me. I kept going back and forth and writing these down and crossing them off, and maybe this one, maybe that one. At no point did I ever think the squirrel.
Really?
I could cut that scene out of the movie.
What?
I don't think you have the lamest moments ever. This is
funniest.
Joe Johnson's lamest Christmas moments, everybody.
That was one of the
Oh my god!
funniest
It
moments
was
of the
not
movie.
one of the funniest moments of the movie. Give me a break. You got to go with Cousin Eddie first of all.
Which moment?
I agree.
The whole
He's
shitter's
a
full.
character.
He's standing out there. Look, I don't recall you putting a fake squirrel on your back and running around and reenacting that, but I saw you repost a picture recently where you're pretending to be Cousin Eddie emptying out the shitter. So,
Standing next to that RV was one of the greatest moments of my life. That was pretty awesome.
so I mean, even the other, the other quotable things like, something as stupid as, "Why is the floor wet, Todd? I don't know,
That's our
Margo."
Christmas sweaters. You could buy Christmas sweaters.
Exactly. That's my point. Again, you can't buy a Christmas sweater with a squirrel on it from. Maybe we should market that.
Yeah, right.
Put a squirrel. Oh, you're onto something. Don't steal that.
The Christmas lights, the lighting of the lights. Yeah. That is an amazing moment.
I do love when when they figure it out and there's the switch in the garage and she turns the switch on and he plugs it in and the lights come on and they, hallelujah. That's a pretty damn good moment in the movie.
And that whole moment was a great segue into introducing Cousin Eddie into that movie. I know we knew who he was from previous movies.
Yeah.
But, you got the in-laws and you got his parents and everything and how happy he is, and then all of a sudden they're there, and you're like, what? Like, and so from start to finish, from it lighting up and being that big magical moment to the reveal of Cousin Eddie being in the movie, I think that's my favorite moment in that movie.
Now, if we were to do lines, if we were to focus on lines, Cousin Eddie has some of the best lines in that. When Clark's talking about Santa Claus and kids better go to bed, and he's like, "You serious, Clark?" Like, Clark just gives him this look like, "Shut up." There's a lot of great lines in this.
My
movie
part
about
just won't be right.
Gets kicked in the head by a mule. The guys go across, falls in a well, or whatever that scene goes. Tim, do you have a favorite Christmas vacation moment?
Yeah, I have this as my number 4, but I because there's so many humorous moments, I picked a different one. When Clark is up in the attic and he gets out the old home movies and he's reminiscing, watching that, and the Ray Charles song is playing. I think that is like one of the best Christmas moments of all time. Just because it reminds me. I mean, I just remember like when I was a kid. I mean, not that we like had Christmas stuff, but I remember like my dad would like he had like a crappy little camera and he would put up a sheet and we would like watch our home movies like when I was a kid. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was. I mean, I guess you could throw in the part where he like puts that stuff on his sled and goes down there. I mean, for like funny moments, but
right.
But I mean, there was just so many funny moments. It was hard for me to pick, so
yeah.
That's why I chose that one.
Yeah,
instead.
I think that moment where he's looking at the whole movies elevates the movie above the movies that came before it and after it, where they were just slapstick stupid. And
right.
Christmas Vacation had that moment of sweetness, like it. That's what made it, I think, such a great Christmas movie. It had all these funny moments, but then it had moments of sweetness.
Yeah, see, because I had written this franchise off after I saw European Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
And so I didn't. This is another one that I don't think I bothered to see until either it was out on VHS or saw it on cable. So I was a little bit older when I saw it. I definitely did not see it at the theater, but they at least returned to form, I think, after European Vacation with this one.
Yeah. Rich, I know you're not a fan of this movie, but you have agreed in the past that it does have some pretty good moments. So
it's got
focus on a moment.
2 really good moments. Cousin Eddie.
Which moment, though? You got to give me a moment.
Every
you
moment.
can't just yell out a character's
If you would
name.
let me finish speaking.
Give me a moment.
Cousin Eddie when he's dumping the shitter.
Okay.
That was the best moment of the movie.
Wow.
The second best part of the movie was the end credits.
The end credits.
Yes, because the movie's over.
Wow.
Thank God. Next movie.
Ooh, man.
Really? You didn't like this?
I worked for this guy. He owned a pizza place, and he let us have a DVD, and it just played all day Christmas Vacation, because Once Upon a Time, I love that movie. But between that and Groundhog Day, every day, all day.
Really?
You're welcome.
It just ruined it for
If
me.
you were focused more on making pizzas instead of watching a movie.
Is that guy a freaking psychopath or what?
I think so.
Yes.
I mean, people would call
I
in.
love that
If
movie.
people ordered pizza, I'd make them. But
Because
All right, number 5 on my list. One of the, I always call this a recent Christmas movie, but it came out like 15 years ago. Elf, I think, is one of the best recent Christmas movies, and a lot of good moments in that movie. But the one that just stands out to me, and Ryan, I'd be surprised if you argue this. To me, this is the best moment in Elf.
I can't believe it.
You disgust me. How can you live with yourself? Just cool it, Zippy. You sit on a throne of lies. Look, I'm not kidding. You're a fake. I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead? Huh? I'm kidding. You stink. I think you're gonna have a good Christmas, all right? You smell like beef and cheese. You don't smell like Santa. Okay. Oh! He's a monster! He's a fake! He's a fake!
That's my favorite movie or moment in Elf. Santa's got a kid on his lap as Will Ferrell's confronting him, and all those kids are watching as he rips the beard off. And again, that was just a laugh out loud, funny moment. And overall, I think it's a great movie, better than a lot of the recent Christmas movies that have come out. And so that's number 5 on my list. Ryan, do you have a favorite Elf moment?
I
and
do.
Don't say, "Hey, Willie."
Deb Shepard gives us a thumbs down for this. And Deb, what's going on with that? What? Are you crazy?
What?
Elf is a great movie. I do like that scene, but I do not think it's the great movie moment that maybe you do. I would back it up a little bit to what you're wearing on your shirt right there, where he's like, Santa! I know him!
But that
I know him!
leads up to this.
It may lead up to that, but I think that part is way better and more hilarious to me. I also really enjoy like when stupid stuff, like when he goes in and like, you finally did it, the best cup of coffee. Like,
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Like, I think that's hilarious. Just so many moments. Like, it's hard. This is another movie where it's just really, really hard to pick. I find it really entertaining when he is in the shower singing "Baby It's Cold Outside," and like she freaks out at him because he doesn't realize that it's wrong and runs out. And she's got a great voice. So,
best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Tim.
You know what? I liked this movie okay, but when I was thinking about it, I don't know. I couldn't really think of anything.
Single moment?
Yeah. I'm not crazy about this movie, but I remember seeing it at the theater. I mean, there's like 3 things that I remember. I mean, obviously that part, but I thought it was cool how they kind of incorporated the Rankin and Bass looking characters into it. Yeah. When he was
narwhal,
leaving,
right?
yeah, the narwhal, and I thought that part was cool. I mean, it was funny when he was sitting on Bob Newhart's lap and he was all huge.
Papa Elf.
And the other part was like the giant belch, and he's like, "Did you hear that?" Those, I don't know. Those were like those popped into my head.
It's a pretty great ending too,
there.
when everyone finds their Christmas cheer and gets the sleigh flying again. It's a pretty
that's
great
true.
ending.
Yeah.
Rich, your thoughts on Elf?
I vaguely remember scenes from this movie, so I can't really help.
What?
What? I haven't seen it since.
Do you even like Christmas?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
It's one of the greatest Christmas movies ever.
This is
All right.
a great movie. I could watch that movie in July.
So that was my top 5, and you guys agreed with most of them. So I'm curious to see what you have to bring to the table. Ryan,
yeah, I mean,
throw a great Christmas movie moment out.
So we hit on a lot of them, absolutely. But one thing that we missed was a very iconic moment, and that is in Home Alone, the whole aftershave montage where he's singing
I wash my hair
songs.
with the Don't Formula shampoo and use cream rinse for that Just Wash Shine. I can't seem to find my toothbrush, so I'll pick one up when I go out today. Other than that, I'm in good shape. Ah!
Why that particular moment represents the entire film, I won't figure it. I think it's funny. I don't get why that moment stands out for everybody, but
it's because it's a real moment.
Yeah.
It's something that an 8-year-old kid would do. It's something that he wouldn't be expecting. And the whole idea and premise that he is a responsible adult at 8 years old or however old he was, is where it leads to its comedy gold. I'm going out, I'm going to get my toothbrush. I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody. And I think that level. And then, of course, when he does that, not only is it funny, but it also reminds you that he's actually just a little kid that's home alone.
In the open that we have on our podcast, the video open, for those of you who watch the video version, that open is made up of, I think, like the 100 greatest movie moments. And if you look closely, one of them is Macaulay Culkin putting aftershave on. People consider it one of the greatest movie moments of all time. Tim, do you concur?
No. I believe I saw this movie at the theater, and I was not a fan of this movie at all. Maybe it's because he was a kid. I mean, I was a little bit older when I saw it, but he just annoyed the crap out of me through the whole movie. That part was one of the most annoying parts of it. And then didn't he do it more than once throughout the movie? Didn't he do it again, or did he do it in Home Alone 2?
They might have done it in the sequel.
He might have done it in like part 7.
I'm pretty sure he did it more than one time in that first movie.
No.
I'm pretty sure he did.
No.
I actually liked him better in Uncle Buck. You remember when he was in Uncle Buck?
Yes.
And he was like grilling John Candy, and they had that Q&A Joe Friday sort of thing going back and forth.
Got a lot more nose hair than my dad.
Thanks for noticing. I liked him better in Uncle Buck.
Yeah, I did too. I just never got like the whole Macaulay Culkin thing when he I don't know. I saw it at the theater, and I don't think I've ever watched it again.
Yeah. Rich?
How can you not like the Wet Bandits? I'm sorry, Rich. Go ahead.
It was just, I don't know.
Go ahead, Rich. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Tim. Finish.
No, I'm done.
Go ahead.
I have not seen this movie since it came out, and the only thing I can remember is the screaming and the paint bucket.
Because they've showed it. They show it over
That was
and
just
over.
the girl
and
he
over
was with.
That's all I can remember from it. I don't really care to see it again. That's all I know.
My memories of Home Alone, I did not see it in the theater when it came out.
Well, you guys are acting like this is the plague.
And I remember its box office numbers kept growing and growing, and it moved up the all-time highest grossing chart, and it went to number 5 and 4 and 3, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then it hit like number 1 and became the highest grossing movie of all time. And so eventually, I think for video or cable, I was like, okay, I got to see what the deal is. And I watched it, and I'm like, okay, like, it was funny, like, I'd laugh, but the highest grossing movie of all time at that time, I don't get it. It was like some
I agree.
Let me help you out with that. Maybe because it was a family-friendly film around a holiday time, what are we going to go take the kids to do on Christmas break?
Yeah,
go see the movie.
Oh, and people are always looking for a Christmas movie.
Was it a Christmas movie, or I thought it was a Thanksgiving film?
No, I think
no.
I mean, it may have released around Thanksgiving, but stayed in the theater.
No, I mean, I thought
no,
because it was like number 1 for weeks on end.
It was Christmas. He went and got a Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
Right. But,
I don't remember all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was definitely.
I think my favorite Macaulay Culkin movie when he was a kid was actually The Good Son. With
he was great in that. Actually,
he was honestly.
Is that the one where the mom had to make the decision between
him and
one
Elijah
boy
Wood?
and the other?
Yeah, but he was such a little bastard.
he was great in that.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, what else you got?
All right, here's one that I don't know if any of you guys have actually ever seen. Joe, you might have. You guys might have. Let's see if you surprise me. Anybody ever watch a little movie called Love Actually?
I know of it. I've never seen it.
No.
You guys suck, you jackass. Love Actually is a great movie. I
know it has Andrew Lincoln in it from The Walking Dead.
There's a ton of people in it. It follows multiple people. There's funny moments. There's sad moments. There's happy moments. There's an old, pop star, and he's like singing like, "I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes." Christmas all around us. So it's
we are
just
losing viewers right now.
It is.
People's ears are bleeding.
No, look, April got my back. Thank you, April. It's a great movie and great moments. My favorite movie moment of it, though, is a guy, he goes to a girl's house who has a boyfriend, and he does an entire conversation through cards. He has cards up, and he's like, talking to her that way, and it's all like really romantic. And
now, who did that first? Who did the cue card thing? The cue card drop? Because I remember
In Excess.
I thought Bob Dylan had done it
you're right.
years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
You're right. It was Bob Dylan.
Thank you, Debbie Greathouse, for saying that it's an absolutely fabulous pick. Great pick, she says.
I'm on the pavement thinking about the government. That one.
You guys.
Yeah.
Don't even know this movie.
Do yourself a favor and watch it.
What an idiot.
You haven't even seen the movie. How can you say that? Go home, watch it in December. It's a Christmas movie. Go home, watch it in the next week or two. Get back to me.
My time is very valuable to me.
So wait a minute. Is it a musical or no?
No, it's not a musical.
Oh, okay.
Is it a love story?
Well, maybe I'll check it out then.
Is it like those Ion Christmas Prince movies or the Hallmark Christmas movies?
No,
because that's what it sounds like.
No, it's something you've never watched before. It's called a good movie.
It's funny you bring up Christmas Prince. I was playing HQ Trivia, and they were doing a Christmas movie theme, and I'm like, I got this. And it's like third question was a question about Christmas Prince. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
What's the Christmas Prince?
Is that
some Ion TV and Hallmark had like this Christmas Prince movie series.
Oh, you haven't seen Love Actually, but you watched that crap.
No, I didn't see that movie. I watched Blue Bloods on Ion TV, and they had the commercials for it, and that's why I know about those stupid movies.
Oh, it's on Netflix, by the way. Thank you, Jessica.
I don't have Netflix.
So you've never seen Love Actually either, Rich?
No, I
don't know.
It's not. It doesn't.
F you. Who's next?
I say bah humbug.
What else you got there, Ryan?
Come on. Going right with that, I got A Christmas Carol. The end of it. God bless us, everyone.
Okay.
It could be in any one of the movies that it was ever made. That moment is amazing. And it's not just because for the next 2 weeks at Meadowbrook Theater, my son is playing Tiny Tim. Has nothing to do with that at all. It's just a very iconic Christmas moment in general.
I loved it in the Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse
here we
was
go.
a great one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Mickey's Christmas.
The Jim Carrey version, animated version was
The Muppets.
The
Muppets? Yeah.
Whatever. And Scrooged. It was all good.
Yeah. Now.
How can that scene not make it? It's God blessing everybody. Come on.
Right. Now, just a little trivia question. It might exclude you because you probably watch the play every year. But at what point in the movie does Tiny Tim say, God bless us, everyone? Anyone?
Bueller.
When they're eating dinner at the end, towards the end of the movie.
God bless us, everyone.
It's not at the very, very end?
No, it is not.
It is at the end, but it's also earlier on in
they're eating dinner
in the movie.
earlier on in the movie.
When he goes, he's with the Ghost of Christmas Present, I think, and he's watching Bob Cratchit at home having dinner with his family, and that's where Tiny Tim says that. And then I thought Scrooge is the one who says it at the very end, but I could be wrong. I think he does in the 1951 version.
Maybe. Every other version is
Tiny Tim.
Pick up Tiny Tim.
Usually it's Tiny Tim at a higher level saying it.
All right. No, that's a great pick. Christmas Carol, definitely one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. But like we said, told time and time and time again, different ways.
And yes, April, Bill Murray did it. That was the Scrooge.
Scrooge. Not a Christmas Carol, but Scrooge.
Which is actually also on my list as the greatest movie moments. When he fights with Christmas Past and she beats the crap out of him with a toaster.
Carol, what was her name? Carol.
Beautiful moment.
It's a great Christmas moment right there.
Absolutely.
I can't think.
She was the one in Princess Bride.
Yeah, I can't think of her name. Her first name's Carol.
I thought so. I'll look it up. But what are your thoughts on Christmas Carol?
Actually, that's my number 3. But that's another one that's got so many great moments. My favorite moment, honestly, though, probably is when the first ghost shows up, when Marley first shows up. Just because, I mean, if you're like watching it for the first time, and he shows up and warns him of what's to come and all that. And so I mean, but like I said though, there's just so many great moments in that movie. It's but you and I were talking about it. I think my favorite version of it is the 1951 version, the black and white version with Alistair Sim.
Yeah. Most critics agree that's the best film version.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard to go wrong with that story.
Right. Yeah. True.
Carol Kane is the actress who plays.
I was gonna say Khan.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Madeline Kahn, I think.
Richie, your thoughts on Christmas Carol?
Oh, it's iconic. This is probably the most iconic moment of all Christmas movies. Right there is the "God Bless Us, Everyone." And when you talk about Scrooged, the only scene I really liked there was when he was getting his butt kicked. That was awesome.
All right. Good. What else you got?
All right, rounding out my list here. You guys all went with a sentimental moment so far, so I'm going to do the same. And it's at the very end of this movie where he does whatever he can to make sure that this little boy gets the gift that he wanted.
Oh, geez.
Very heartwarming.
Yes!
Here we go.
Don't be stealing my only one that I have in my... Go ahead.
Bad Santa.
Oh.
Delivering the pink elephant.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about another movie.
No.
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
No, not at all. I'm talking about a good movie here.
Jamie. That's a great movie.
Bad Santa has a lot of awesome moments in it. Super funny. Great performances by Billy Bob, by John Ritter, by Bernie Mac. You name it. They nailed it. So
that was John Ritter's last movie, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, his last movie.
Yeah, he was great in that too.
But when he catches them in the dressing rooms having
relations
with Colonel Angus, not Colonel Angus, Colonel Anus. That was hysterical. When he yells at the kid, "I'm on my break!" Absolutely funny. The girl that has a thing for Santas and wants to sleep with him with his costume on, and just what a mess he is in the entire thing. And the kid, I don't know where they found that kid, but what a perfect cast for that role. And gets all sentimental at the end where he gets shot, but he brought the pink elephant to the kid.
Never saw this movie. Tim, your thoughts?
I've seen it, but I did not put it on my list. I thought it was okay, but I really didn't remember much about it when I was compiling my list.
I'm not a fan of. Well, let me say this: I'm not a fan of dark black Christmas movies that are like cynical and bitter. And so when I see the title "Bad Santa," I'm like, I don't want to see that. But I have since learned that he gets redeemed. And it's uplifting at the end. So I may give this movie a chance, but...
you do dark, cynical comedy all the time. It seems like it'd be right up your alley.
I'll check it out.
God hates me.
That's his line. That's not my line.
But
Tim?
I already... It was fine when I saw it, but when I was thinking about it, no, it did not make my list.
Richie, did you see this movie?
Bad Santa?
Yeah.
It's another one of those movies where I saw a long time ago, and it just not much stands out. I can't remember much about it.
All right. Anything else you want to throw out? What do we got? We don't have a whole lot of time left. We probably need to make our way around the table.
Yeah, I think.
Tim, you got anything you want to throw out that we haven't touched on?
You guys have already covered my top 5, so I'll just say, and I know this movie got a lot of heat for some reason in the beginning, but I think it's kind of found its place now later on, and it's the Polar Express, and probably the best scene of it, to me, the one that sticks out the most is like the hot chocolate scene on the song and dance number when they come out there with the hot chocolate and they're giving it to the kids on the.
Vaguely remember that part.
Really?
Yeah,
iconic.
Okay. I mean, really, when I started thinking about it, I was thinking about some of the scenes, but that's got to be the number one scene in that movie.
For some reason, I've seen the movie like once, and I thought it was okay. But for some reason, the moment that pops into my head is the bell, like at the end.
Bell was very
good.
Well,
there's that too, but I just thought that
very
that scene kind of set the tone for the rest.
It was great. You can actually take a train ride that serves hot chocolate and does the whole Polar Express.
And they
experience.
actually came here. That they used that train in Michigan, in Owasso, Michigan, to design that the Polar Express train.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they did.
It's a great movie. I actually saw it in the IMAX down in Dearborn. And I don't know why, but I had seen the movie before. But watching it in the IMAX gave me a new appreciation for it. For whatever reason, they were able, the sounds was able to capture like how cold it is standing outside, waiting to get on the train, and like it just kind of took that movie up a notch for me, and definitely a great movie.
I didn't see it at the theater. I wish I would have.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
they
that for a
play it
while
at the
they kept-
IMAX every year
they
down
still
in
do?
Dearborn.
Okay, I didn't think they
highly
were still
recommend.
doing-
Was it
Okay.
a 3D release when it came out?
I
re-release.
don't know if it was 3D, but but it was in IMAX. But I don't know if it was on IMAX 3D.
All right.
Or not.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think that was a thing.
Rich,
Yeah,
did you see Polar Express? Do you,
Yeah. Oh,
is there-
yeah,
Is there
absolutely.
one single moment that jumps out at you?
I agree with the bell, and the hot chocolate scene's pretty good. They're very cool moments there.
Okay. Tim, anything else we haven't touched on?
You guys might not. You guys probably didn't see this one, but it's another computer-generated animated movie that I really like. I mean, it is actually one of my favorite Christmas movies, and it's called Arthur Christmas. It came out, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now.
A little mouse? Is he a mouse?
No,
What's
he's
Arthur?
no, he's not. He's
is
like it's I think it was done by Aardman, the same people that did Wallace and Gromit in those movies. Although I could be wrong though, but it's like British anyway. No, he's like kind of Arthur himself is like the younger brother of the guy that's about to take Santa's spot. Like there's the grandpa Santa who's like retired. Then there's like the current Santa, and then there's the younger brother who is going to modernize the way they do everything. And then Arthur is kind of like a doofus, and he's pretty much not going to get be able to take over the Santa thing. But then they forget to give a
totally off my radar.
They forget to give a gift to a kid. Somehow a gift gets missed. So Arthur gets the grandpa, and he gets an elf, and he gets one of the reindeer, and then they go and save the day.
What?
But it's actually, I actually really like this movie a lot.
Well, after that description,
Have
I'm
you
going to
seen this,
continue. I'm
Rich?
going to continue to not see it.
I did not know it existed.
Me neither.
I've not seen
Arthur
it. I
was
know
an
of it.
animal of some
Oh,
sort.
okay. No, he's not. You're
I'm
thinking of the TV show Arthur.
I'm not
with the
going to
little
watch
woodchuck.
it. Still.
Anything else?
Yeah, real quick. I'll just go through my other three real quick. Krampus, although I'm not a fan of this movie. Although I'm not a huge fan of it, mainly because I didn't like the design of Krampus. He looked like Roger Ebert, unfortunately, in his dying days. But when they first reveal Krampus and he's jumping from roof to roof to roof, that was a cool scene. And there was some other like cool like monsters in that. Anybody else see Krampus?
Yeah. Next.
I'd rather watch Arthur.
Gremlins, when Gizmo finally kills Stripe at the end.
Mogwai.
Now, I'd actually have Gremlins in my list, but not that scene. But the
Which
scene,
scene would you have?
I would have when he gets
The gremlin.
oh man,
Mogwai. Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Oh, when he first gets them?
Yeah, when he first gets Gizmo. That was,
that too.
And then the fun's about to begin. Like,
Peeks
And
out
then
of the box.
I like when he drives the Barbie car.
yeah, that's what I mean. When he runs up there at the end and ends up killing Stripe.
I just like the Barbie car part.
The worst moment in that movie, I remember just being horrified when I was a teenager watching this movie, is when the mom gets the gremlin in the microwave and then has the presence of mind to turn the microwave on.
was
and then
awesome.
Well, she had
I
to
was
do
like,
something.
oh my God. Like I was horrified.
I mean, that
As
would
a
probably
teenager,
that would
you
probably
were-
be the number 2 scene.
Aw, did you have
to me.
nightmares, Joe?
The mom was like one of the most deranged serial killers on movie screens.
I love
What do
that
you want her to
movie.
do? She had to fight him somehow.
Survival of the fittest.
That
I
whole
love it.
sequence was so crazy.
Gizmo caca.
And then just my other one, number 10, Die Hard, when what's his face
there
falls
we
from
go.
Nakamura.
There they go.
Every time you bring up a Christmas movie,
Someone's got to bring up Die Hard.
Well, the reason I say this is because the director or writer just came out last week and said, yes, it definitely
Bruce
is 100%.
Willis said, no, it is not. And I will take Bruce Willis's word over anyone else.
Bruce Willis was just a cog in that machine. He's an actor. He doesn't know about the whole process of it getting created. They
so
were
it
just
doesn't
like,
matter.
moment.
I can
Which
still
moment?
disagree with. No, look, I can still disagree. I don't care if he wrote it, I have another argument. It's a GIF, not a GIF. And the guy that invented those said it's a GIF. No, it's a GIF. No, this Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's perception is reality.
Man. That ruins my number one. Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
That's your number one Christmas movie moment.
Good job, Rich.
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
No, they've been consistent.
What's your moment? What's your favorite Die Hard moment?
Oh, there's just so many iconic moments that just
like Christmas Story,
fill me with
Christmas
the Christmas spirit. Yeah, when he's walking across the glass, like when what's his face falls off at the end. That's number one.
What's his face?
Hans.
Yeah, Hans Gruber.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Right.
We have to. Rich, you got anything else you want to throw
Well,
out? I need
how much
to
time we got
cleanse
left?
my palate. We got about 5 minutes.
I don't know if I can stretch it out 5 minutes because you guys basically covered almost everything that I would cover.
Wait, didn't Sean Connery do a Christmas movie?
Sean Connery did not do, but Sean Connery.
But if he did, how would it go?
It would go something like Sean Connery jumps in and shaves Santa Claus. And
I saw your mother kissing Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
I feel like Sean Connery would be Santa Claus.
Yes, she would be kissing. Two movies I can think of really quick. I'll save the best for last. I'm surprised Ryan did not have this on his list, but Ernest Saves Christmas. I mean, how did you not have it when she steals the bag of toys and then she redeems herself, and then it was very touching.
I like the movie overall. I don't think that it had a magical movie moment that tops anything that I had on my list already.
When he plays the snake herder, nobody.
Hey, good day, sir.
I said good day.
I said good day.
All right, fine.
So what are you going to end on?
I am going to end on I'm
running out of stuff to play here.
My honest and true greatest Christmas moment, just because it's Christmas and a Christmas moment, and you can actually say this is from two movies, from Holiday Inn and White Christmas, when Bing Crosby sings "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas."
I'll allow it.
Of course,
that's a good one to end on. I almost thought about having that song ready to go, but I didn't want to deal with copyright infringement. But
Dreaming.
Yeah.
Christmas.
That's the only thing that was on my list that we haven't touched on is a movie I've mentioned before, The Shop Around the Corner, which was remade as You've Got Mail.
Still haven't seen it.
And one of my favorite moments is this one.
Can you see her?
Yes.
Is she pretty?
Very pretty.
She is, huh?
I would say she has a little of the coloring of Clara.
Clara? Well, you mean Miss Novak of the shop?
Oh, Martin, you must admit that Clara is a good-looking girl, and personally, I've always found her a very likable girl.
Well, this is a fine time to be talking about Miss Novak.
Well, if you don't like Miss Novak, I can tell you right now you won't like this girl.
Why?
Because it is Miss Novak.
It is a great Christmas movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Another Jimmy Stewart classic. Check out The Shop Around the Corner. All right.
That sounded like it was so old that they were doing shadow puppets and live theater.
Actually, it's funny you should say that because that actual clip is from the radio broadcast. It's funny you picked up on that. Very good. Look at you. Look at the big brain on Ryan.
He might be too smart for the show. I can't do it. I can't keep a straight face. A burn.
Shut up!
All right. That'll wrap
So
up
amused.
this edition of Movies for Dumb Guys. Greatest Christmas movie moments. Thanks for playing our game, and we will see you next time.
Did I win a prize?
Happy holidays, everybody.